Hello friends, Those Back Pages here. I hope you're well. Tonight's episode is going to be my current Mount Rushmore. Because, like everyone else, it could change from day to day. I've seen a few of these videos posted, and I thought it was a cool idea to go ahead and share my own and give a little insight into why or how I acquired the card. Not why. Why, because I want to own the card. But for the most part, well, 3 of these have a significant, it's a pretty nice story to them. But one, and they're in chronological order, so oldest to newest. Honorable mention to 85 Top 620. Not making an appearance tonight, but here we go. Let's see if I knock all this stuff over. First up, the 4849, however you want to call it, the Leaf. First Leaf. You can argue the year, you can argue if it's a rookie card or not. You cannot argue that it is his first Leaf card. This card represents part of a larger purchase that I've made back in 2011 at the show in Chicago. It started a friendship that exists to this day. Started as a business opportunity, picking up quite a few cards from my then, when I was active in the post-war Rookie Card Hall of Fame registry. That was all those years ago. I found myself looking at this Leaf Jackie Robinson quite often, and it's very, I guess, Andy Warhol-esque. I mean, it's got great color to it. My copy could be centered better, but if we happen to cross paths in person, I'll give you the total backstory and price and all that stuff. Just not something I'm going to talk about here on the channel. But trust me when I say it was quite affordable. I remember I bought that in 2011. Okay, next up, this card is a card that anyone, Gen X, I suppose, even younger, but especially if you're Gen X, it's a card you've wanted to own. Whether you do own it or not, time will tell, but it's a 52 Topps Mickey Mantle, his first Topps card. I acquired this at the 2023 National in Chicago, and very happy to do so. Something I collected a long time, and let me rephrase it. I've been collecting a long time. I push him back, not to block Jackie's light, but I've been collecting a long time and was fortunate enough to make some right decisions, and at the 2023 show I was able to trade for this mantle. I've talked about it a few times, but I essentially dismantled my vintage football card collection, and I guess not so vintage. I got rid of some nice stuff. I mean, but like I've always said, you have to give to get. You're not going to be able to make a trade for something like this caliber. Visually, it's a 1, but it's visually, you play the game long enough, not all 1s are created equal. So in order to be able to trade for something of that caliber, in my opinion, you have to pay up, and that's what I did, and I don't have any regrets. Of all the cards I gave up, The one that I quote unquote miss is the I had a 90 score Emmett and a 10 PSA 10, and you know the trade value on that was incredible. So it was not something I should have held on to, and I didn't. It's not a case when you can go out right now and probably, I haven't looked in a while, but I'm sure you can buy a PSA 8 for like $50 right now. And maybe, if you tried 75, I guarantee $100 would get you a PSA 8 right now. There's probably 10 of them on eBay, if not more. It's not an uncommon card. It's not quote unquote rare, however you want to describe it. It's not easily, it's readily available. It's something you can buy on eBay 24/7. This mantle, not so much. I was very happy to have that in the collection. I love all my cards, but some more than others. Okay, next up on this particular version of my Mount Rushmore, it's the 1954 Topps Hank Aaron, his first Topps card, in a glorious 5 there. Very happy with and I've shown that. All these I've shown off before, but the thing that always sticks with me about this particular Hank Aaron is that a friend of mine, this was at the 2014 show in Cleveland, actually. Or was it? No, it wasn't 12 in Baltimore. It was either 13 in Chicago or 14 in Cleveland. One or the other. Anyway, my friend was stuck on $50. He passed on this card for $50. The dealer had this price. He got him down to this price plus. My friend got him down to his price plus $50. And my friend said, "Nope, can't do it." And my friend told me about it. I said, "Are you serious? Are you really walking away from this card for $50? Now I'm not going to be able to point it out, but there's a crease here in the cartoon. And you really have to search it out." But he was willing to walk away from this card for $50. So I asked him, "Well, where is this card? Let me go look at it." He told me. I went and looked at it. Guy told me the price. I said, "Would you take this?" And he said, "No, your friend already tried. He'll take this plus $50. And it's firm. That's his best price. So I took out the money and paid the man, took it home, and I've had it ever since. It's either 10 or 11 years. I want to say 14 in Cleveland, but I just always found that hilarious that he would walk away of a card of that caliber, that visually appealing, for $50. And this is, even if it's 10, 11 years ago, that's nothing. It's nothing now. I mean, in fact, if I'm remembering correctly, when I got home, he says, "All right, I'll buy it from you for what you paid." I said, "Nope, I'm gonna keep it." And I did have, it was an additional copy at the time, and two of the cards in the mantle trade, the card that Hank's looking at, two of them, there were 2 lower graded Aarons in there. So that's my only copy now, so that's fine. If I can only have one copy, that's beautiful. Now, the last card. I acquired this card this year. And it's the 2001 Bowman Chrome Albert Pujols. You want to call it a rookie card, first Bowman Chrome, however you want to define it. It is autographed. I know I don't generally collect autographs, but this card is pretty significant in the hobby. and it pretty much set off what we know now as the Bowman Chrome craze that people chase. I know the Trout is probably it's different. We can talk about that another day, but this card is actual rookie card, but back when we used to call them rookie cards, because it is, as you can see here, it's card number 340. It's part of the base set. It was a redemption. It is numbered to 500, but you know, that's debatable how many there are. Probably around 700 if I had to guess. Some have been wiped, renumbered, etc. But again, there's no, that's the only version of that card. There's no, I mean, it is, you know, it is, they did put refract on the flip, but there is no non-refractor version. It's I do like that aspect of it. Ichiro is the same way. He's got no autograph, but he's got an English and a Japanese version in the set. Also redemptions, people don't realize, but non-autos. But that card was acquired, like I said, at the show this past year in Cleveland, and it was only acquired because I was able to trade into it. I traded a what was it? It was a 2003 Topps Chrome LeBron PSA 10 base and a 2009 Topps Chrome base Steph Curry BGS 9.5. So I was able to trade those two cards. Well, I moved those two cards and then used the funds to buy this particular Pujols, and then had some money left over, essentially paid for my CGC submission of this year. So that was nice. But again, I wouldn't be able to own that card outright. I wouldn't pay up for it for what it goes for. Just not my style. But I happen to, you know, collect like I mentioned before, collect a long time, and able to turn those cards into that Pujols. And I think that's something that's important that we're seeing a lot of. I mean, at least I am privately. I'm talking to quite a few friends about it. You know, hey, I want to trade into this. What do you think about that? And we talk about it. I'm always glad to talk about it. So it's just something, you know, to keep in mind. I mean, you wanna own these cards. Either you have to get, you know, you have to be pretty well off financially, or more likely you have to make some wise decisions. And that, of course, we all make unwise decisions. It's just the nature of the beast. You know, we all open packs, we all buy, you know, maybe we buy prospects we shouldn't have, or we buy somebody who, you know, winds up disappointing us, or whatever the case may be. But I want you to keep collecting and keep your goals in mind. You know, you want to have any particular cards, stay at it. You know, a lot of people that that had joined our hobby post-pandemic, they'll see the cards we have and they don't realize that some of these cards we've had a very long time. You know, back before it was cool, quote unquote cool, or however you want to describe the hobby of collecting. So it's important just to keep, like I said, keep collecting. I'm coming up on 20 years of collecting graded cards. So I've made plenty of mistakes. You know, I'm constantly on an inner battle. Should I buy this? Should I buy that? Yeah, probably shouldn't. Should I buy this raw? Should I buy this already graded? I really like the graded versions. I've talked about that many times, but that's just me. So again, I want to thank you for taking your time to peruse a couple of cards that I really, really enjoy.